wasn't a United States. But Haiti, man, that was where all the resources were. They were doing all the trading there. They were importing sugar, coffee, indigo, all that stuff. And Haiti was not Saint Domingue, which was Haiti. It was a big money maker for the Europeans worldwide. So that's why they fought so hard to try to maintain the power there.
You know, it still is.
It is.
It is. There's gold. There's oil in Haiti.
Yeah.
It is bigger than what we think.
It is.
From those proud people.
It is. And they talk about, they like to show the Africans poor and destitute and needing the help of the United States and all that. But they are raping Haiti to this day. When I was over there a few months ago, I saw all types of American troops over there walking around armed. And I'm like, well, this is like some kind of occupation. This is like them seizing the place. They're seizing the people. So we need to know the truth about what's going on. We need to know the truth about what's happening with the Clinton Foundation and how they're robbing and raping the people over there. And whenever there's some type of natural disaster, all this money is sent, but the people don't get the money. So that stuff has to be talked about. We're talking about that too. We're not just going to talk about the history. We're talking about the current state. We're going to talk about the corrupt people like Papa Doc, who was put in by Western powers. We're talking about all that stuff.
Oh, this is incredible. And so, again, a lot of us have actually revolutionary blood, Haitian blood, and we don't know it.
Yeah.
Look, you're looking at Sarnetta over there. He has a family that is from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Where's Dominican Republic?
Same island.
Same island. Same island.
Yep.
So this brother right here was actually, his family was most likely Haitian and moved to the other side of the island for whatever purposes.
Absolutely.
And we're sitting around and we don't know who we are because why is this separation between Haiti and the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, and I've been into the Dominican Republic, man. They're jet black people over there who swear they're Spanish. You know, and people try to identify with their language because, again, the white supremacists, they orchestrate all that. When Trujillo, he was another puppet leader over there in the Dominican Republic, funded by the white supremacists over here in America. They had the Parsley Massacre where they were massacring dark-skinned Haitians.
That's correct.
So it's a rich history that we got to go into. We're going to talk a little bit about the Dominican Republic history as well when we talk about Haiti, because 2 and 2 goes together.
People don't know how important this documentary is going to be. I mean, all of your Hidden Color series is going to culminate into pictures like this. We see where you're going.
Oh, yeah.
Because now it was how can I say, history from afar.
Yeah.
Now it's getting closer to us.
That's right.
It touches us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it touches our family. And now it's also getting revolutionary. So we're really excited. And you know what? New York is excited.
Yeah.
And Florida's excited.
Yeah.
And many of these other states are excited because we have huge Haitian populations here, right?
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we might do a lot of reenactment scenes because that's something that we're going to do at this film. We're going to do a lot of reenactment scenes, and most likely we're going to do it down in Florida because of the weather, because of the atmosphere, and plus there's a big
I think you're going to rewrite American history.
Yeah. Did already with Hidden Colors telling that form of history, and now people are waking up to it, and it's being taught in schools around the world. So this is something right here. This is an offshoot of the Hidden Colors film, because when you look at the Hidden Colors films, a lot of the information comes at you real fast. But this was so important, the Haitian Revolution. I wanted to take our time and really break that down, because that's something that we should take our time to learn.
One of the things that's going to come up, and you're going to probably find in your research from some of the scholars like Dr. Leonard Jeffries, who is my professor and mentor, and Professor Small, and other experts like Patrick Delices and Madame Bello, is that Thomas Jefferson, the same one that was sleeping with Sally Heming, he was prepared to send white soldiers to protect the French, and finally he pulled off. But American soldiers, through Thomas Jefferson, because of course he was a vacillator when it came to slavery. He was on both sides. He had a woman in the bedroom, and he was struggling with the abolitionist, so-called anti-slavery movement. But he gave into the he gave into the slavers, right?
Yeah.
But he was prepared to send soldiers over there to stop the Haitian Revolution.
That's another thing we got to talk about. The United States, they've always been on the sideline, kind of putting their boot in the mix of Haiti from day one. When the Haitian Revolution was going on, the U.S. sent guns and weapons over there. A lot of folks don't know that. We're talking about when the revolution was over, and in the early 1900s, the Marines went over there and they occupied over there in Haiti and stole all the gold. We're talking about all that. The U.S., they've always had a hand in sabotaging Haiti, so we're breaking that down.
Okay, so we're going to move on to a couple of other sections. So tell us everything that you want us to know at this moment about 1804. Tell us what is in your heart, what's in your mind, what's your vision, how can people help you? You have a GoFundMe again?
We got Indiegogo. We got
Indiegogo.
Yeah, so everybody right now,
okay,
go to 1804movie.com. You guys can contribute to the making of this film. We got like 30,000 in 24 hours. Yeah. So we're going for the gusto. I mean, everybody should get involved with this film because this thing is going to be serious, especially in the times we live in now. We're living in the Trump era right now, so black folks are going to have to learn how to get rid of the fear and stand up as African people. So this film is very important.
So if someone contributes $250, $200, what kind of perks we get with that?
We break that down. We got all that on the page. We got DVDs, we're giving T-shirts, we're giving autograph posters, executive producer credits. So we got a lot of wonderful perks for this campaign.
People need to support this for a number of reasons. One is because you're looking at one of the premier black filmmakers
who have not let us down yet.
Who has not let us down. Sanetta, you want to say a few words on this?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
You can stay there.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say, brother, you are doing a spectacular job. You're doing a good job, regardless of some of the naysayers. If you ain't doing great, you ain't gonna have no haters.
Absolutely.
See, did I say it right?
That's right.
When you're doing great, you're gonna have some haters.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to just commend you on the work that you're doing, brother. You're going far with this, and I support you 100%.
Yes, sir.
You know, and you have not let us down yet.
Yeah.
With your Hidden Color series, you're showing the people what you can do. A lot of people out there are doing a lot of this. They just talking.
Right.
You see?
Right.
But you are doing your talking, but you are also putting your best foot forward, and you are doing the work for the people, for the babies, and for the youth. And I respect you for that, my brother Tariq. I would thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, for even just taking the time out to talk with Sanetta TV.
Yeah,
You know
I promise. When I come out here, I got to
brother.
rock with Sa, man.
Thank you, brother. I respect that.
That's it.
Okay, so we're going to make sure to get Sanetta on camera, right? Because this is a very important meetup between the two of you.
No, you good, bro.
That's fine, but we have to do this for the camera.
We can
Now,
do that at the end.
Look, and we want to say thank you because, see, we have this sickness that every time we do something big, we got to run to the other people, right? So we run to, I can name them. Some people are anxious to go on things like Vlad TV and the Breakfast Club and places like that first, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to us first.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And you're setting a precedent. And you're setting a precedent that when they do come to you, you may have to charge them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You may have to charge them to be featured on your stuff. Because what they think is the reverse. They think that you're the talent. No, you're the producer. They're the talent.
Yeah.
So then it becomes very exclusive. So, but thanks for giving us an opportunity to talk to you. Now, what do you think? This is big controversy. We're gonna move on to some other quick section areas, real quick.
Okay. Let's go.
Last time we met, there was this big thing between you and Tommy Sotomayor that everybody watched on the internet, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to move forward on that.
Because I don't even want to get into that.
So there's nothing else to
There's
that.
nothing else. There's nothing to that. So.
Right.
Okay.
We got bigger fish to fry.
There you
right
go.
now, yeah.
That's right.
Right now, we're talking about empowerment. Sometimes, you got to handle some street business, but other than that, you got to always be in the mindset of empowering the masses, and that's where we are right now.
Okay, so and that's a very important mindset. While you have moved on, the cameras have moved on to something that Brother Umar Johnson said, Dr. Umar Johnson said to Cyrus Suniseti. Why do you think things like this is big press instead of what you're doing, which is real history?
Well, we like controversy a lot of times. A lot of times, controversy and arguing and bickering, that gets a lot of play. And unfortunately, sometimes with the audience, that will give them a way to get out of building. Yeah, I'm into building. Sometimes I'm with the bullshit every now and then, but when I'm done with the bullshit, I'm with the building
Get
too.
right back to work.
Get right back to work. That's the thing. So everybody needs a lunch break, but we don't stay on the lunch break. Let's get back on the job. So it's okay to be entertained by all that stuff, just like the Soulja Boy Chris Brown thing.
Go ahead.
You know, it's funny as shit. This is the funniest thing ever. But some of Soulja Boy's people reached out to me last night. I want to holler at the brother because I don't want that young man to get hurt because he's out there messing around in L.A., claiming gangs and all that. So I do not want to see that dude get hurt. I want to be very serious about that. And Floyd and Fifth, money to those guys, and they're going to make money. But make sure that dude don't get hurt. Make sure Chris Brown don't get hurt out there on the streets. So we can be about bullshit. Make sure everybody's cool. Make sure everybody's safe. And then make sure they shake hands apart and just going about their business without something else happening out here in these streets like that.
Except for Tommy Sotomayor. Okay, so let's just move on. Had nothing to do with you. I just wanted a little break, right? Do you know the Jet Magazine and let's say The Root?
Yeah.
These are interesting critics now.
Oh,
so they're criticizing scholarship now, and they've come up with names that they're calling us. Have you ever heard of Hotep Negroes? We Hoteping.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you ever heard of that?
No, that was a term that I created for fake conscious dudes. I kind of made that term up for fake conscious dudes. Dudes who talk all that stuff, but they don't really want to build nothing. So, you know, that ebony crowd, that boule crowd, they got a hold of that. And I call them Shea Butter Twitter. You know, that's that these are people who work for the white supremacists. They all have white bosses. Ebony is white owned now. The Root, that's that Skip Gates thing, I think. With that boule, white owned stuff. So these are the house Negroes that are supposed to manage the plantation. So nothing they say is really that serious anyway.
You've made a whole cartoon series or puppet series on these types of people, right?
Yeah. I mock a lot of them. And that's what we should do. We should mock some of these people. We shouldn't take them seriously. And we need to go back to building what we need to build because we have to be the new media. Sarnetta is the new black media. You understand? More people get information from Sarnetta than Ebony, Jet, all of the Root, because you're going to get stuff from the source and you're going to get it real and it's not going to be filtered through the white supremacists, through their vision. So we are the new media now.
Mm-hmm. So you actually do the voiceovers for these puppets that you do?
Yeah, I got.
I don't believe you.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I ain't gonna do them now.
I was asking you to give people one of those triple shea butter.
Y'all got to go to crispypuppet.com. We got an Alex Jones one because I mock the white supremacists too. So we got an Alex Jones puppet called Oinky. So I mock these people.
Right.
Okay. Because they mock us.
They mock us.
And they don't like it when it's the other way around.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
They don't like it when it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, one of the things that we are interested in is that for your future series, you don't do enough yet on ancient Kemet.
Well, we talked about Kemet in Hidden Colors 4. We broke that down. We talked about that white Egypt myth. We really broke that down, just got that on out the way.
Yes.
So we do talk about it. We definitely talk about it. We talked about it in Hidden Colors too. We talked about how over there in Kemet, they lighten up the pictures and whiten up some of the images and how they lie about who's what and who did what. We do talk about that, definitely.
Well, there are things that's going on in history that people don't know.
Yeah.
So I hate to use those words like hidden figures because they trademark and copyright it. But on Hidden Colors, do you know that how much black African women in the Nile Valley, how much they contributed to that civilization?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Black men and women in Africa were working hand in hand, upholding civilization over there. So definitely familiar.
So our people don't know that the doctor that may have taught Imhotep, the doctor, the genius, right, is a sister named Merit Ptah. Merit Ptah was the chief of doctors at the same time that Imhotep was.
I didn't know that. That I didn't know.
Yeah. So
we're still learning stuff, man. Again, with all the information we put out in the Hidden Colors series, there's still more information coming in. That's why with Hidden Colors, so much information comes at you so fast. That's why you got to watch the movies about 2 or 3 times to catch everything. You know. So our history is great, man. And I try to pack up as many tidbits as I can.
Sarnetta, what people don't know is Sarnetta collects scholars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So while you're doing the documentaries, Sarnetta, for the regular, everyday people, because you know how much time it takes to do a real documentary.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Sarnetta is collecting scholars. So one of the scholars that I was talking about was Patrick DeLises.
Yeah.
And he was the one who hit me, because we all studied this in Black Studies,
Yeah.
that he hit me to Merit Patah as the first Black woman surgeon. But there's another Black woman that's so important in ancient Kemet. Her name is Ahotep. Have you heard of her?
I haven't heard Ahotep.
Ahotep, when Kemet was taken over by the Hyksos,
Yeah.
right? It was a woman who lost her husband, Sekenenre, right?
Yeah.
Lost her brother-in-law, Kamos, trained her son from 10 years old, to become a warrior general and go back and defeat the Hyksos. Her name is Ahotep.
I think that name, Anthony Browder might have mentioned that before, because he's very deep into that, what happened over in Kemet, and he's always over there doing a lot of excavation. So that brother right there is one of the premier experts on that. And also the brother down in Dallas. What's our brother's name? In Dallas, in Texas. Damn
Who?
it.
What do he do? What do he do?
You know, his scholar goes over there.
Oh,
with the
in Texas. Oh, I saw Crazy.
Yeah, Quasi. I don't know why
Yeah.
his name escaped me. And I've been trying to get Brother Quasi.
Dr. Ashra Quasi.
Shout out to Brother Quasi. Brother Quasi was supposed to be in Hidden Colors 1. We missed the schedule. He was supposed to be in Hidden Colors 3. There was a snowstorm right when I was about to go down there. So I've been wanting to get Brother Quasi in the Hidden Colors series for the longest. And I'm going to get him the next time we do one. That's what
You heard it first.
Yes.
You heard it first. He's going to get Dr. Azra Quasi there.
Yes.
But do you know New York, of course, is the home of Dr. Ben scholars,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
went with Dr. Ben in 1987 to Egypt. I went with Dr. Clark in 1986 to West Africa, Ghana. So this is the home of New York. New York is the home of Nile Valley scholars. And then, of course, Dr. Leonard Jeffries and Professor Smalls.
Yes, indeed.
I want to move on to...
Let's go. Try to
talk
go,
about
Reggie.
Chicago.
Try to get it
Yeah.
in.
Now, what's going on with Chicago?
Yeah.
Chicago has had 780 murders.
Oh, yeah. Now, we got to understand with Chicago, when you have all those murders, that's not by accident.
Okay.
They are allowed, murders are allowed to happen. And when you have a segregated society, hyper-segregation, and Chicago is the most racially segregated city in America. When you have a city that's that segregated, and then you diminish the resources, there's always going to be violence. Even out here in New York, when they let all of those European immigrants come over here, segregated them into the 5 Points area, deplenished their resources, white gangs sprung up all over New York. That's what the movie Gangs of New York is about. In Chicago has always been a racially segregated place, going back to the 1910s, 20s, 30s, where you had the Italians on one side, the Irish on the other side, and you had Italian gangsters. That's where the mob was so big out there. There's always been gangs in Chicago because it's always been racially segregated. Now that the predominant gangs are black and they're still segregated out of society, now it's a black thing. Now they want to blame black society. It's the white supremacists orchestrating all that. When you have groups like the Interrupters and black street organizations who want to go out there and curb the violence, they get limited resources, and sometimes some of their resources are cut off by the government. Their funding is cut off, but all the funding is given to the police, who allow all the murders to go on. So either the police out there are very incompetent, or they're wasting the money given to the police out there. Give that money to us. Give us the resources. I will go out there and I'll stop Chicago crime overnight, because the name of the game is jobs. So, brother, the name of the game is people need employment out there. When I went out there talking to the people, they are underemployed and hyper-segregated. Once you fix that, that will stop gang violence overnight, and the white supremacists know that.
Is this genocide?
Of course it's genocide. But this type of genocide, and my brother Jason Black has a movie called Gentrified. He's talking about how gentrification is a new form of genocide. How you stop people from being able to live in certain places and make a living, and it's a slow death.
Okay. I want to interrupt. Sarnetta, why don't you ask Tariq a few questions?
No, you're doing good, brother. Just flow with that. I'm good.
So I certainly believe that you're absolutely correct with a combination, a new formula of gentrification and genocide,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Protecting property. We spent a lot of time in Harlem. Sarnetta lives in Harlem.
Yeah.
Brother Herman Small, I believe,
doing,
sojourns
brother?
a lot in Harlem,
Yes.
right? Harlem is being gentrified.
Yeah.
In 10 years, we've seen so many changes in Harlem, in just in 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In another 10 years, most of us who live in Harlem or who sojourn, it won't be our place anymore.
Yeah. This is why it's very important, man, to own businesses. Once you own businesses, then you can create an economic base where you can control the politicians. Brother Claude Anderson has been trying to tell us this for the longest. See, black folks, we're taught to focus on just jobs. We got to start owning stuff because once we... I was at Denny Mo.